What's up, everybody? It's Jeremy from Weldtec Designs. Today we're hanging out in the cul-de-sac and I have a special fun video for you. This is going to be two RVs showing you the differences in the suspension that we put on them. Now, what's great about this is it's going to give you options into building out the perfect RV for you. That's what our goal is here at Weldtec Designs. And if you enjoy that type of content, make sure you smash the subscribe button. Come and hang out with me and I'll teach you a whole bunch about suspension and fun things of that nature. And now when you think about Weldtec Designs, you think about some of these wild, crazy builds that we do here with bumpers and big tires, our new steps, front bumpers, rear bumpers, spare tires. I mean, the list goes on of all the stuff that we build here at Weldtec Designs. Now, however, on the mild side, we have these two RVs right here. And a lot of people ask, hey, if I do a 4-inch kit on my RV and I still want to run the stock tires because they have a ton of life left in them, is it going to look ridiculous? And we can tell both of these RVs are a 4-inch kit. Now, and these are both smaller RVs, so we're coming in at like 22 feet. Like this one is going to be around the same 24 feet. So smaller RVs, but you can see here, and even if you get into a bigger one, it's not going to change, but we're still running the factory 225, 75, 16 tire. So to answer that question that gets asked all the time, no, it's not going to look dumb if you lift your RV, put a suspension kit on it from Weldtec Designs, and still run the stock tires. And I really like both of these RVs because to me, they're not much bigger than a traditional B van, B plus van. However, you're gonna get so much more room because of the width of the van. Now, you have one that has no slide out, so it's going to not get bigger when you park. And then you have an RV like this that is going to have a slide out. And even when you come back, we'll go to the other side so you can actually see it. It's even a relatively small slide out. It's just gonna be this one little back area in the rear. So it's not anything ginormous. It's not a full wall slide. And that's what's really cool about both of these RVs. I will tell you one other thing that I absolutely love about this RV is it has a window that actually opens up all the way. I think that's my next thing I'm going to do on my RV. But let's talk about what we did when it comes to suspension on these motorhomes. All right, so we're gonna start from the back of this and we're gonna work our way forward through both of these motorhomes. Now guys, this is the biggest thing I get is a lot of people say like, oh, especially on the larger RVs, I feel like I get a lot of tail wag, I get a lot of sway out of the motorhome. And the big reason is if you were to go and look at your leaf springs that you have in your motorhome right now, typically they are flat or negative. And so I say they're frowning, they're not happy, and it's really impossible to ever get an unhappy pair of leaf springs to ride really nice. Of course, there's a ton of Band-Aids out there that people are going to suggest, but none of them are as good truly as doing like a Weldtec Design spring kit. So with this 4-inch kit, as we pop our head in there, you'll see those really happy leaf springs in there, a ton of arc to it. And now here's the key thing, guys. The springs are built to the weight of the motorhome. So it's not like the same spring goes on a 22-foot motorhome like this or a 32-foot motorhome. We have different springs for different weights of RVs. Now in this one as well, we're running the Fox shocks in the back of it. Both of these are gas pressured monotube shock. They have an internal floating piston in there. And what that means is that's going to separate the gas from the oil, reducing cavitation that you would typically get in some of these, just like a Bilstein shock doesn't have that floating piston, the gas is all mixed together. The shock is 100% rebuildable, and that's huge as well. Let's head to the front. All right, so as we come up to the front of this, a ton of stuff. You can see that this wheel well is really big right now. And you do have the ability with this 4-inch kit to still go to that 235, 85, 16 tire. I personally am running that tire and completely love it. One thing to keep in mind, it will change your speedometer slightly between 5 and 7 miles an hour. But that just means you're putting less miles on your coach. And unfortunately, I don't have a fix for that. If you do know a fix, please comment down below, let me know. So we're changing out the springs in here to get the lift in it. You can see the Fox shocks that we have up in the front. We've also done our extended radius arms. The big benefit in that extended radius arm is it's going to have more caster in the arm, as well as we're able to position this slightly forward in the wheel well keeping your tire off the backside when you do go to a larger tire. The last thing, we do a sway bar drop bracket up on the front, and of course adding a steering stabilizer to any of the E-Series vans, whether it's lifted or not, is going to be a big plus. That's going to pretty much act as a shock for your steering wheel, reducing the feedback when you hit a pothole or just uneven surface. Normally that feedback that you would get in the steering wheel in your hands, it's going to really reduce that. Now, we do have another option. This is going to be our starting option here with the Fox shocks. And then we do have an upgradable option when it comes to shocks. And as we move over to this motorhome, this is also a 4-inch kit. You can see that really the tire looks good in there as well. And the biggest difference in these two kits right here is going to be that this one is just going to have the King shocks up in the front. It's also going to have the King steering stabilizer. It's still going to come with the extended radius arms, the same coil springs, the drop down brackets as well for your sway bar. So really the only difference between these two is going to be that King setup. And really when it comes to the King shock, it's just a little bit higher quality of a shock. And it's going to come with like spherical bearings in the bottom versus a bushing. So it's small details. A lot of it comes like brand, what brand you like better as well. It's kind of like a Ford versus Chevy. I would refer it to that. But it's definitely a very, very nice shock. In the front of this, and actually in the rear as well. When we come back to the rear of this, we're going to see the same setup in the rear. We're going to have those progressive leaf springs in the rear. We have the King shocks in the rear as well. Ton of room in this wheel well, so when you decide to go to that larger tire. Now here's my other tip of the day. These are actually newer tires. These are 24s, but there is a date code on tires, so you could always check the date of your tires as well, especially if you buy a used motorhome. People are like, oh yeah, the tires are new, or they look great, they have a ton of tread. Really don't recommend going past 6 years on your tires, so make sure that your tires are in good shape and less than 6 years old. If not, think about replacing them, because the last thing you want to do, even if you don't have a suspension kit on your RV, is to have a blowout and create more damage and not be driven further to reach your destination. But two really cool RVs here that we have at Weldtec Designs that we did this week. And I really like these shorter motorhomes just because the ability to really go pretty much anywhere. You could park these things at the beach. A lot of pros to the little guys. But I hope that you guys enjoyed hanging out with me, and I will tell you this, I do a RV tours where we check out the inside, the outside. I tell you the pros and cons, what I absolutely love and what I hate. And since I don't sell motorhomes, I will give you the truth about the motorhome as well, and you can check out that content over at Big J's RV Reviews. But that's all I got. If you have any questions about it, please comment down below. Just say, hey Jeremy, what's up? I love your videos. I would appreciate that so much as well. But other than that, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.